Few years ago, when I used to go on stage to deliver a 10-minute presentation, my legs used to shiver, sweat used to trickle down my face, and if I made eye contact with someone, then I would forget what I'm supposed to say. Fast forward to 2023, last week I took a training session for students of IIT Bombay. Over 100 students attended my lecture and I delivered a 90-minute presentation confidently without even breaking a sweat. What made this happen? Well, let's find out. Hi everyone, I am Neha Agrawal. I'm the founder of Eyes Up Communications, and in this video I'm going to share with you 5 aspects of body language which you can inculcate to deliver killer presentations. So without further delay, let's get started. The first and the most important aspect of body language is eye contact. I remember when I used to be nervous during a presentation, I would avoid making eye contact with the people. As a result, they wouldn't engage in my presentation. Instead, they would make noise during the presentation, which would make me even more nervous. So what you should do is make eye contact with the people. When you do that, they engage in your presentation. They listen to what you have to say. And that shows your confidence as a speaker as well. So how do you make eye contact in a presentation? Do you look at only one person or do you look at different people from time to time? Well, if you have a large audience in front of you, what I would recommend is that you divide it into 3 segments. You first choose one person, say for example from the left. Make eye contact with that person. When you do this, the entire audience on the left side would be engaged. Then after 2 to 3 lines, you come to the middle. You pick one person from the middle, make eye contact with them. When you do this, the entire middle part will be engaged. And then you do the same thing on the right. You find one person on the right, make eye contact with them, and then you will see that the entire right side is engaged. When you do this from time to time, your entire hall, your entire audience will be engaged, and that will help you deliver a killer presentation with confidence. The second aspect of body language you should incorporate is posture. When delivering a presentation, it's very important you maintain a proper posture. I remember when I was in college, some of my friends, they would casually lean against the wall or keep their hands in their pocket. Please don't do that as it looks very informal. Instead, make sure you stand straight with your chin slightly raised. This not only shows confidence as a speaker, but it makes you feel confident as well. The third aspect of body language you can incorporate is hand gestures. Hand gestures help in adding an additional impact in your presentation. For example, whenever you have to talk about numbers, you can use your hand gestures. Like the first point I want to explain is this, the second point is this, and the third point is this. Or say for example, when you want to talk about a step-by-step process, then you can show it like this. The first step that we did was this, then after that we move on to the second step, then the third step, and finally in the last step, this is what we achieved. Or if you want to compare certain things, you can also do it like this. First, I would like to talk about this segment. Then I'll be sharing information about this segment and how are they different from each other. Or say, for example, you want to talk about something important. This is how you can show it. Today, I'm going to share a very important thing with you. Can you see? The moment I do this, you realize that I'm going to talk about something important. So there are many hand gestures like this which you can incorporate. But one thing you need to keep in mind is that don't use a lot of hand gestures so that it gets very distracting for your audience. Also, if you're not comfortable with using hand gestures or at times when you're not using any hand gestures, simply keep your hands in the steeple pose. This is how the steeple pose looks like. You keep it just right in between your chest. It not only makes you feel confident, but it shows you as a confident speaker as well. If you watch TED Talks or even if you watched Shark Tank very recently, you will realize that a lot of speakers keep their hands in the steeple pose. So you can try that out. The fourth aspect of body language you can incorporate in your presentations is movement. When you walk around the room a bit or move towards your audience, you are able to build a personal connection with the audience, and that helps in engaging them in your presentation. But there are a few things you need to keep in mind here. First, don't move from one end of the room to the other. That can be very distracting for your audience. Instead, create a mental box for yourself. If you're moving 2 steps in front, make sure you move 2 steps back. If you're moving 2 steps towards the left, then make sure you come back 2 steps towards the right. So try to move within that box itself. Secondly, don't move very close to the audience so as to encroach their personal space. Maintain a certain distance from the audience while interacting with them. And finally, it is not necessary for you to move in the presentation if you're not comfortable. Sometimes when we're a new speaker, we are so focused on walking around the room is that we forget what we have to speak. So in such cases, it's absolutely fine that you stand in one side of the screen and deliver your presentation from there. Last and the final one, facial expressions. During a presentation, it's good to maintain a short smile on your face. It not only shows you as a confident speaker, but makes you feel confident as well. Personally for me, this is my go-to strategy. Whether it is delivering a presentation or shooting my videos, I always have a smile on my face. This helps me hide my nervousness and makes me feel more confident as well. But of course, make sure that your facial expressions are in line with your presentation. You can't be talking about something very serious or something very sad and smiling, correct? So your facial expressions also needs to go with the content of your presentation. But other than that, keeping a short smile goes a long way. So guys, that's all I wanted to share with you today. If you wish to learn how to create and deliver impactful presentations, you can join me for my presentation skills course. It's a 5-hour course where I first teach you modern PowerPoint techniques to create new age presentations and then share a lot of tips and techniques with you to deliver presentations confidently. To know more, the link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Otherwise, if you are someone who wants to build their confidence in English speaking, you can join me for my course on accomplishing effective communication. It's a 5-week course where we meet 3 times a week with a lot of fun exercises and practice sessions so that you can improve your written and oral communication skills and of course your presentation skills as well. We have a new batch running almost every month, so you can check out when our next batch is starting and join accordingly. To know more, the link is in the description. And now, thank you so much for watching this video and I wish you have a fantastic career ahead.